Hello everyone, Chris here. Well, I'm here today to do another update, make a video. It's been a couple weeks since I put one out, and I just really, wanted to put something new out. So today I want to talk about sort of an analogy for why we suffer. Why we suffer. And this is an analogy that the Lord gave me. He said to me when I asked him the question, why do we have to suffer? Why can't you just make it all right? Make everything okay? Why do we have to suffer? And he said, think about the domestication of the wild dog, of dogs. Or think of the domestication of the dog. He said, so at first, imagine a time when the dogs are wild and they're living out on their own, fending for themselves in the wild, working to kill their own food, so on and so forth. He said, and then, maybe some dogs start coming to the cities, or coming to the encampments of where people are, and maybe they start coming around the people and getting some food for free, and so they start hanging around a little more often, and getting more food, and maybe getting to sleep by the fire, and maybe getting some companionship, and maybe over time they eventually start to realize that, wow, they really enjoy being around humans. It's actually good. It's nice to be around humans. And so they come in and they allow the humans to put a collar around their neck, and they allow the humans to put a leash on them, and they submit themselves to the humans' will, because they get, it's so good to be with the humans. They get to sleep indoors. They get brushed. They get, they get someone to play with. They get a companion. They get good food, and they get to sleep all day while the humans are working. And he said, and so these dogs, they come to realize that being submitting to the will of the humans is good, and it's something that's good for them. But he said, think what would happen if, instead of allowing the dogs to be domesticated of their own will, if instead the humans had gone out, trapped the dogs, put a collar on their neck, and chained them up outside of their houses. Well, those dogs who had been chained and forced to come in would not be happy. Even no matter how much food you gave them, no matter how many baths you gave them or what you did, they would still be upset that they had been forced into slavery. That someone had come out and chained them and brought them in. And so he said, likewise, I cannot force you humans to come to me. He said, those of you who will come to me, those of you who will start coming around and start doing my will, you will realize that it's good, and that there's nothing better for you in the world than to be my servant. He said, but I cannot force you to do it. And so that's what this video is just a quick reminder of why we're allowed, why we're not forced to serve him, but we're instead we are allowed to walk away from him. It's for our good, so that we can realize for ourselves. It's because we have free will. Because we have free will, we can realize that it's our choice And that's the most comforting thing of all. He loves us so much that he's willing to let us choose to go after other things, to walk away from him. And so when we do come back to him, when we do finally say, okay, God, I submit to you because you are good for me and I love you more than anything. That's what's beautiful about this, is that it's our choice. It's our, once we realize within our hearts that that's what we really want, we still have our free will. We didn't give up. We weren't chained and brought to God. We came and said, God, please let us serve you. And he said, okay, come on in, And so, so there's that video for today. Thank you so much for listening. I look forward to hearing from people and making more videos again. Okay, God bless you. I love you. Goodbye.